Hey, we're going to go ahead and start off with something I saw in the news that popped up on my watch while I was on vacation. And I just thought it would be a good topic to talk about. Do you own your products? So let me kind of explain this here. So you go to the store, you buy a TV.
Okay.
You go home, plug this TV in, go to start using it. And then it says, actually, you know what? They let you use it. So this is the scenario that I saw. They let you use your TV. No issues. And then 3 months down the road, you get a software update.
Mm-hmm.
Software update says, these are our new terms and conditions. I don't know if this is what it said, but imagine it says, we're going to have access to all of this information, all your search history, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be able to see what phone you're connected to, all this information, right? And then you're like, no. That's way too much. That's way too much invasion. You don't need to see all that. All I want to do is watch TV. All I want my TV to do is work the way it's supposed to work, right? And so you're like, no, I'm not doing this software update. Well, then the TV manufacturer says, well, sorry, bro, you can't continue to use your TV unless you accept the terms and conditions. At that point, do you own your device?
Or you own the right to use the device. That's what you own. You don't actually own the device at that point. I saw a thing about like Roku the other day. Like they had like new terms and conditions.
That's exactly what I'm referring to.
And it locks you out if you can't use it. So I tested that theory.
Yeah.
I tested that theory.
How so?
I couldn't do it. Wyatt has a TV, a Roku TV, and it did it. And I read about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, fuck. Like, it's Wyatt's TV, so I mean, all he does is Disney Plus and Pluto TV, so it didn't really stress me out that bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm of the same boat that you are. Like, I don't want him seeing what I fucking have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that I have anything to hide. I mean, the most risque thing that I watch is fucking Euphoria. You know what I mean? But like, so here's what I did: unplugged the TV from the wall.
Yes.
I went to my back room that has my modem and Wi-Fi on it. I unplugged both of them, right? So I don't have internet.
Right.
I don't have internet, right?
Okay.
I go back to Wyatt's room, plug that TV in, started right up. Terms and conditions weren't even on there, right? So here's what I did. I disconnected it from, I forgot network, because you can still view all the shit. You know what I mean? Forgot the network. Plugged everything back in, waited like 30 seconds, turned Wyatt's TV off, turned it back on. It wants to connect, but there's no network to connect to. If there's no network to connect to,
right,
it recognizes.
Yeah.
So I clicked out of it, and I just fucking plugged in the Spectrum thing, and he's good to go. I got right around it.
So you're saying you have cable, but you don't have access to
Pluto TV, that kind of thing.
Pluto
or Disney Plus. But hey, I went back and accepted the terms and conditions because at the end of the day, I want him to watch Disney Plus and Pluto when he's going to bed. But I just wanted to see if there was a way around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, what you're saying makes absolute sense. So I guess if you already have a TV provider set up, which,
Spectrum,
let's be honest, most people don't.
Yeah, most people don't anymore. I'm kind of the antiquated person now because I got Spectrum.
Right. Yeah, most people would just subscribe to Hulu or Amazon Prime Video or
Netflix.
YouTube TV, There's so many different options out there. But in order for you to use those apps on that television, you have to accept the terms and conditions.
You do. Now, like Disney Plus, like I don't own Disney Plus. I just pay for the right to get on there every month. So their terms and conditions can change.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
That's different. That's a subscription.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's Disney Plus. Of course they're gonna fucking get on and track my history and track what I search for them and all that because they're building their algorithm. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my Roku TV, it doesn't matter what I use. You know what I mean? At that point, they're just trying to build information on a specific person. And I think that plays a lot into like now, like you like this didn't exist 10, 15 years ago with flat screens, but it's because now there's smart TVs. And those smart TVs also have their freemium cable with it, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like
the free version.
the free version of a cable TV on there, right? So that's what they're doing. They're collecting it so they know what channels to put on there and what to recommend to you, and so that you'll do more clicks with them, so you'll buy more product with the Roku TV or the Vizio TV.
So I guess the answer is yes, you own your product.
You own your product and you own the right to use it, but you don't own the right to do whatever you want with it.
I don't see how.
Because at the end of the day, I have to accept the terms and conditions for them to, for me to use the TV. I have to accept their terms and conditions.
No, I think all right. So
and it's data farming.
Here's the way I see it: you own your product, you own your device. You don't own the right to use their network, their software, right? Their program.
Correct. But you can always overwrite it. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there are obviously downfalls if you do it that way. You have to kind of go back to, like you said, the antiquated way of doing things, where you have to have a network provider, a cable network provider,
like you got to have the Spectrum
hardwired into your. Well, even with the Spectrum app, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Excuse me, not the Spectrum app, the Spectrum hardware. You have to have the box, and I have the box. You know
here's what I was thinking kind of earlier. That would. Do you remember the old like black box?
Yeah, I still have one.
Do you?
Yeah, it's my Spectrum box. It's the black, or you're talking about the black box.
The black box
that had like the red numbers and then a little red dot at the bottom. Oh, I remember that, bro.
Everything, right?
I remember that.
All right, so
shout out Carl.
So what if, all right, so if TVs start doing this, somebody's going to get fed up. They're going to say, you know what?
They already have it.
I'm already tired. What are you going to say?
They have Fire Stick.
Yeah, okay, but Roku has their version of the Fire Stick.
Yeah.
But you have to accept the terms and conditions.
Well, I don't remember
to accept the terms and conditions of fucking.
I'm talking
everything.
a jailbroken Fire Stick. I'm talking about that Cody thing.
But you know what? But I'm sure there are probably like some kind of terms and conditions that you have to approve or accept whenever you jailbreak that thing.
I think when I jailbroke mine, I only had to accept one thing, and that it was I was not gonna use it to look at underage pornography. I think I'm being dead serious, because I remember, because I was like, there's terms and conditions to jailbreak something, and I'm looking at it, and I specifically remember it saying something about, you agree that you will not use this to view underage pornography.
It's probably a good thing to put in there.
I 100% agree, because that's fucking disgusting if you do. But I think that's the only term and condition I can remember, because like it just sticks so clearly in my head. But let's talk about something else that do you own your products, right? So BMW, you can get a BMW now, and you have to pay a monthly fee to use heated seats.
I think we talked about this on the podcast.
We talked about it a long time ago.
That was an old.
That was a grip.
Man, so this is like coming around full circle again, isn't it? I guess it's just either something that we really care about, or that's something that's been on the horizon that we really haven't figured out.
Or
because
Chevrolet GMC products. There's the new updated interior. You had ridden in my newer truck a couple weeks ago, and it had that big infotainment screen on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maps are included on that. That's the big draw of that new infotainment screen, is that maps are already integrated.
Like
right?
Apple Maps or Google Maps?
Neither. Like
it's got its own
map
version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? But you already have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in most vehicles now, right?
Right.
So, but the big draw is, hey, this is optimized for this screen, like it's always going to dynamically update, and pre this new infotainment center, a lot of vehicles came with maps too. Like you could get it on like a GMC Sierra SLT 1500, and you had to have OnStar, but after OnStar, the maps always worked. It just wouldn't update.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, now on this, now disclaimer, I love GM products. I sell them for a living. I'll never talk bad about them, and this isn't me talking bad about them. But what it is now this big feature that you advertised as being standard on any vehicle that has the new infotainment screen, it stops working after a month if you don't have an OnStar subscription. You can't even log in. I cannot pull the Maps app up. It'll come up, but it won't do anything. I have to subscribe to OnStar. Do I own the Maps? I mean, they're on. It's all downloaded onto that infotainment system. It's in there.
I would say if.
But I have to pay.
Man, that's interesting. Have you ever looked at a window sticker like for? Let's say, does it say that on the window sticker? I'm sure that it probably says OnStar.
It says OnStar, and
but
it
doesn't
says
say a
Maps.
subscription.
Subscription required. It says subscription required. But why include on every vehicle that Maps app? Why don't you go back to just doing it the way you did it, where you could have it, but to update is required, but I can still view it and use it for turn-by-turn navigation like the old one.
Right.
Why can't I do that? I'm going to tell you why you can't. Because now Apple Maps and Google Maps and Waze and everything can be broadcast right from your phone onto there. And GM knows that. You know what I mean? But OnStar wants to be that all-encompassing thing where, hey, it's our hub now. Hey, I got OnStar for this. I can say, hey, I'm driving down the road. I can look at my map through OnStar. And, oh, man, I just saw 10% oil life in my truck. Let me hit the My Chevrolet app and schedule service at my dealership at 10 o'clock at night. They'll know in the morning when they get there that I'm interested in getting my oil change done. And that it only has 10%. And you know what? I'm on my way home and let's say it's wintertime. You know what? I would really like the Christmas lights to be on when I get home. Hey, Alexa, turn on my Christmas lights. And all of that is included with your OnStar. That's why they did it. Because they want to have a monopoly and be that hub in the infotainment screen.
I see.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
I see it, but I think they got some really hard competition because of the smartphones.
You're never going to beat the smartphone. I like I said, I'm a GM salesman.
Yeah.
I love OnStar. OnStar does great things.
But do you own the right to that hub, that network?
Bro, I paid $59,000 for my truck. I better own the fucking right to look at that map. I paid $1,000 for this phone, right? Or close to. I got it on
you
the
paid
promo.
$1,000 for that phone, right?
And I can use everything.
Now,
on
let's
here,
say
bro.
Apple says, "Hey, software update required. You can't use your phone unless you agree to these
They
terms."
technically do that.
I know they do.
Because you ever notice when you don't update your phone and the new phone comes out, your battery life drains like a motherfucker?
I don't notice, and I hardly update my phone, to be honest with you.
Well, you're a phone repairman and you're the best in the business. So if
Yeah,
something
but
goes
my
wrong with your
battery's
phone,
good.
you're just cracking the bitch open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, I don't have any issues with my phone.
Bro, I've been noticing that on my phone.
I've never repaired my own phone.
Really?
Really?
I've noticed on my phone lately, I'm hardly on it. But I'll notice, like, I get up in the morning, I go take my morning shit and play Wordle. I'm at 100%. By the time I go to the bathroom, I'm at 90%.
Need a battery, bro?
And it's only a year old. How?
I don't know.
I need you to look at it at some point.
Come see me.
Go to Cracked for all your phone needs. This guy is.
Yeah, I'll let you keep your own product. You can have your stuff.
But the software locks if you don't update it. So they force you. They don't give you any other way to use their product. And dude, let's not beat around the bush. TVs aren't expensive like they used to be. Like they aren't
That's true.
$1,000.
Yeah, you can buy like a 55-inch for what? $300?
$300, but it's still $300. Like I paid $300 to turn you on and fucking watch my shit. I don't even want to use your apps on there. I've got my Xbox. You know what I mean? I've got my PlayStation.
That's a way to do it.
It is, but I can't even get on there until I fucking accept the terms and conditions.
It won't even let you switch to your HDMI?
No, bro, because I used the Roku remote. It was like locked. It only let me go up and down and okay.
See, now that's different.
Now I can't speak for everyone.
It won't even
I can't
let
speak
you
for everyone.
It won't even let you keep the current software.
It wouldn't let me back out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't let me back out of it so I could scroll to like HDMI 1, HDMI 2.
So basically it's saying...
I didn't think to hit the HDMI buttons.
So basically it's saying if you want to access the internet on this device, you need to accept these terms and conditions.
Correct. And that's my experience. I don't know if maybe my remote was fucking up that day, you know what I mean? And I couldn't move it around, but that's just my experience. So
maybe it was. I mean, I didn't see the terms and conditions, but maybe it was a good thing. Maybe they found a vulnerability in their software and their programming.
They very well could have.
And the software update was a patch.
Not everything's as malicious as people make it out to be. I mean, like, a lot of people go out and they say, "Oh, well, it's all just a ploy. They want our information." I really don't think. I think 97% of companies don't give a fuck what I'm doing on my TV.
No, I disagree.
I don't think they do, dude. I'm a fucking.
Not that they don't. No, they do care. Like you said, you already said it. You already said it earlier. They care what you're doing. Maybe they don't care about you directly. You as a person.
They don't care about.
But
me.
You know what they care about? They care about your habits. They care about what time you're turning that TV on, how long your TV is turned on. When it is on, what are you watching? How long are you spending on each program? Do you turn the volume up? Do you turn the volume down at certain times? Do you mute it?
What do you think it's for? To provide a better product?
Or to use that data, aggregated data, to sell it to other companies so they can sell you products as well. Or they're using it to sell and manipulate you to sell you their own products.
It's true. They could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't think it's like malicious. Like they want to know who you are, Tom.
Yeah,
they want to know if you fucking wiped your ass good enough or brush your teeth twice a day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they care about that so much, but they definitely care about the aggregated data and the statistics to basically formulate statistics for you and as an individual and groups of people as a whole.
Yeah, sure. Sure, I can get down with that. I mean, like, I can understand that. I think I think though, at the end of the day, if they're going to give me a better product, I can't be that mad about it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
when I watch TV,
there's trade-offs.
There's trade-offs.
There's
I don't watch a lot of TV though, so when I watch it, I do want to be entertained.
Right, but there's what is you're basically sacrificing some of your personal rights, right? Like your right to privacy, for a little bit of convenience.
For a little bit of convenience, you're 100% right.
Now, is it worth it? Is a big question.
It all depends. So I mean,
right.
Like for me,
I think it's a subjective.
It's
answer.
very subjective.
Yes.
So like for me, I don't watch TV all day. I go, like, tonight I'm gonna go home after this podcast. I'm gonna make an English muffin with an egg, some cheese. I'm gonna plop down in front of the TV. I'm gonna turn on YouTube and I'm gonna see what golf content creators made something new this week, and I'm gonna watch that. That's what I'm gonna do. I do it every Wednesday that we have this podcast. Every Wednesday, that's my plan of attack.
Okay.
And I watch it. I get home around 10-ish. I'll watch till about 11:30. It's what I do. I don't play video games with it. I don't do anything like that. And I go to bed. Now, since Google started or YouTube started tracking that stuff, I will be honest with you, YouTube has become my biggest source of consumption of media, because that algorithm now has golf everything for me. I am inundated with golf swing tips.
It knows what you like.
Content creators. And I'm okay with them collecting my data in that way because it's getting me more content that I can consume.
That you enjoy.
That I enjoy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Netflix, I fucking wish Netflix was better at collecting data. I wish they were, because they fucking suck.
I agree.
They suck.
I scroll through Netflix often, and I'm like, none of this looks interesting to me.
Bro, Megan and I were talking about it the other day. I said, how the fuck do I pay $22 a month for this? Because I pay for my mom to have I bought it for her for Christmas, like, go off of my account and get your shit. But on my profile, I have had the same Netflix login information since 2009. I have logged in almost every day for 15 years. How the fuck are you not catering to me right now? You're recommended for you? Bro, I got fucking Indian Bollywood cinema coming up. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's some bangers on that. But I think I've watched one. You know what I mean? Like, how am I not getting more of those untold documentaries, sports stuff? How am I not getting more
Are you watching those on there?
I am. How am I not getting more sci-fi shit like Stranger Things? How am I not getting more like documentaries like about serial killers and shit? They're on there, but they're never in my recommended for you. My recommended for you is just a bunch of dog shit. Like, you, Netflix, you tell me you're collecting my data, and you fucking suck at it.
You suck.
You suck.
Like if you had you've been doing this for how long?
You've
Netflix?
been doing this to
You
me for 15
suck.
years. My tastes haven't changed that much. Like,
Dude, they've been in the game for a long time too. Netflix was like,
they're the pioneer.
they are the pioneer
They're the pioneer.
because they were sending out DVDs.
DVDs. When they were sending out DVDs, their website was recommending shit to me on DVD, and their website was doing way better than this fucking app is, because I started getting the DVDs in college because our streaming, like our even hardwired connection, was dog shit at Westminster.
Dude, real
It
quick,
buffered.
you know what? You know what I thought was gonna kill Netflix?
What?
Redbox.
I thought Redbox would kill Netflix too because of the convenience
The
factor.
instancy.
Instant. And it almost did, because like when I had my Xbox One,
You could get games too.
I could literally, because what sucked was my dad's internet at his house blew dick. All right, there was a game, Destiny, that came out. I got the disc for it. And this is what broke the camel's back. It was like a 60 gigabyte game, let's say. Installed from the disc, no problem. The update on day one, because that's when they introduced day one updates, it was about 5 gigabytes. All right, cool. I'm going to go eat some dinner real quick. I'll probably talk to my girlfriend at the time, because she was living in Salem, Ohio. You know, I'll talk to her on the phone for about an hour. I'll go pick up some weed. I'll fucking go pick up some beer. By the time I get home, it'll be done. And it was every time. Every time. But there was one time they had the big update. It was called the Taken King. It's an 80 gigabyte update.
Jeez,
That shit took 5 days.
that's wild.
5 days. So that broke the camel's back. So I started going to Redbox, getting the game, just renting it, because I didn't want the disc edition. You know what I mean? I wanted the digital edition, so I could, because Dave, the other best man in the wedding, and I shared Xbox accounts. So his disc would be mine, my games would be his. We could play them off each other. I would install from Redbox, and then I would buy the game. I would do it in some way where all it had to do was the software update. It didn't have to install the game. And it was cheap, it was quick, and it was simple. And it made sense to me at the time. But when Redbox started doing that shit, I was renting from Redbox twice a week, bro.
Yeah,
Megan and I started dating.
and it was only $1.
A fucking dollar. Megan and I, when we moved in together in Geneva, dude, Fridays when we still worked at Verizon together, I would leave there, and on the rare Saturday, I was off. Scott started giving me some Saturdays off when I started dating Megan, because he wanted to see me, go out. There was one good thing he did for me. We would take $10 and we'd go to Redbox and we'd rent like 5 movies, and then we'd still have some money left over, because we weren't poor, but I mean, we were on a budget.
Right.
And then we'd take that other $5 and we'd run to Little Caesars in Madison, and we'd grab a pizza and come back, and that'd be our weekend. And it was killer, because Netflix at that time didn't have shit. And you were right. Redbox had it instantly. The new release came out that day. Bro, I didn't have to go buy the fucking movie. I could just go to Redbox. It was there.
Yeah,
I could rent it and then bring it back the next day.
Netflix was they maneuvered out of that though.
And then they started to get into their original movies. They started making like their own movies. They got their
Netflix.
own studio.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and that's what saved them
It did.
because they produce really good movies.
They do. They produce great films. But I think the thing that's going to kill Netflix now is, what do people love more than anything right now? They love superhero movies.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say TikTok.
Oh, people love TikTok.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, that might be banned here.
Oh
soon.
yeah. Yeah, they
I
got to
doubt
sell.
it. Yeah,
People love superhero movies. That's all they want
right.
anymore. Superhero movie, superhero movie, superhero movie. If Netflix doesn't buy the rights to something very soon, their studios are gonna fucking die. because DC just got James Gunn, who made Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he's making Superman, Batman, all that. So it's going to be good. And Marvel's coming out with all this new shit for the next 10 years. I mean, bangers are coming out. The Fantastic Four just got announced, which I'm hype as fuck about. Pedro Pascal, you know who he is?
Yeah.
He's Mr. Fantastic. That's going to be a banger, bro. Netflix got to get Power Rangers. I'm telling you right now,
That
bro.
would be pretty sweet.
Yo, if they got Power Rangers, it's over. But you own your Netflix account. You just don't own the right for Netflix to give you good shit, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome, and I'm glad that we got to talk about if we actually own our shit, because that is a thought-provoking topic.